Welcome to Lecture 2 on Entrepreneurship Ethics and Social Responsibility. In this session, we will explore how ethical choices shape businesses and communities, why moral principles matter in daily decisions, and how entrepreneurs can align profit with purpose to build trust and positive impact over the long term.
In this lecture, we will move from basic definitions into practical topics covering what ethics and social responsibility mean for entrepreneurs, how halal business practices operate, what ethical leadership looks like, the principles of ethical marketing, and how social responsibility initiatives can be implemented by organizations. To begin, let's define the core concepts. So we have a shared foundation. Ethics are the moral guidelines that influence business behavior, while social responsibility reflects an organization's duty to act in ways that benefit society. Understanding these definitions helps us evaluate real choices entrepreneurs face every day. Ethics in entrepreneurship refers to the moral principles that govern behavior and conduct in business, guiding decisions from product design to hiring practices, while social responsibility describes the obligation to act in ways that benefit communities, the environment, and the broader society rather than pursuing profit alone. Ethical behavior matters because it builds trust and credibility with customers, investors, and employees, enhances reputation, and draws socially conscious consumers and supports long-term sustainability by reducing legal, financial, and reputational risks that can derail a business over time. Now we shift to halal business practices, an important area where religious, ethical, and commercial considerations meet. This section will explain what halal means in a business context and why adherence to ethical standards matters for consumers, suppliers, and communities. Halal in business refers to what is permissible under Islamic principles, covering everything from ingredients and production methods to fair treatment of workers. The slide's halal logo reflects the idea of certification and compliance, signaling to consumers that products and services meet those religious and ethical guidelines. Key principles of halal business practice include sourcing permissible ingredients and materials in line with dietary laws, treating workers and partners ethically with respect for human rights, and maintaining transparency through clear labeling and communication so consumers can make informed decisions about halal status. Practical examples show how halal practices apply across industries. Food producers avoid pork and alcohol-based ingredients and follow hygiene rules. Cosmetics companies use halal-certified ingredients and avoid prohibited substances. And finance providers offer Sharia-compliant products that avoid interest-based transactions. The pictured vendor also illustrates halal compliance at the small business level. Halal certification offers several benefits. It builds consumer trust by verifying compliance with religious and ethical standards, opens access to new markets and halal-conscious buyers, and serves as a signal of quality and integrity that can differentiate a brand in competitive industries. We now turn to ethical leadership, focusing on the behaviors and mindsets leaders must adopt to create an ethical organizational culture, influence others through example, and make principled decisions that balance business goals with the well-being of people and society. Integrity is the foundation of ethical leadership. Honest, transparent, and consistent behavior earns trust and respect. And when leaders own mistakes and take responsibility, they model accountability and create a culture where ethical conduct is expected rather than optional. Empathy is another essential leadership trait. Ethical leaders listen and show understanding for employees' perspectives and challenges, which helps them address issues like work-life balance and well-being, and builds loyalty by demonstrating that people matter as much as performance. Courage matters because ethical decisions aren't always easy. So leaders sometimes must take tough stands, like restructuring, stopping a failing project, or letting go of underperforming staff for the broader good of the organization. And doing so with integrity reinforces ethical norms across the team. Leading by example means demonstrating values through concrete actions rather than just words. When leaders consistently embody standards of fairness, accountability, and excellence, they inspire credibility and respect. And that modeling creates a ripple effect that strengthens organizational culture. For many leaders operating in Muslim majority contexts, seeking guidance from Islamic teachings provides a moral compass. Consulting the Quran and Hadith can offer ethical guidance for navigating complex business dilemmas and help align decisions with enduring principles of justice, honesty, and social welfare. Next, we'll explore ethical marketing, a discipline that balances persuasive communication with honesty and respect, ensuring promotional efforts inform and empower consumers rather than deceive or manipulate them, and that messaging aligns with broader ethical commitments of the business. Truth in advertising means presenting products and benefits accurately and avoiding misleading claims. Ethical marketers ensure promotional content reflects real capabilities and limitations, so consumers can make informed choices, which ultimately protects the brand and strengthens consumer trust. Transparency in marketing requires clear and accessible information about product features, pricing, and potential risks. By disclosing fees, return policies, and specifications, businesses reduce misunderstandings, build confidence, and foster long-term customer relationships based on openness. Marketers should avoid exploiting sensitive topics such as race, gender, ethnicity, religion, or other personal characteristics. Ethical campaigns steer clear of stereotypes or shock tactics, and an example would be choosing inclusive, respectful imagery and messaging rather than using religion or identity as a marketing gimmick. Ethical pricing means offering fair, transparent pricing strategies without price gouging or deceptive discounts. By providing genuine value in promotions and avoiding artificially inflating prices before sales, companies maintain trust and ensure customers feel treated fairly. Social media ethics focuses on honest engagement online. Brands and influencers should avoid fake reviews, deceptive tactics, or algorithm manipulation, and always disclose sponsored content clearly so followers understand when a post is promotional and can judge credibility accordingly. Consumer education is a proactive ethical practice where companies empower buyers with accurate information and resources so they can make informed decisions. For example, a financial services provider might offer free budgeting or investment education to help customers choose products wisely rather than pushing unnecessary sales. Now we transition to social responsibility, which expands the ethical conversation beyond marketing and leadership to the broader societal and environmental impacts of business activities, and asks how organizations can contribute positively to communities and the planet. Social responsibility is the ethical obligation of individuals and organizations to act in ways that benefit society and contribute to well-being, encompassing economic, environmental, and social dimensions such as job creation, environmental stewardship, and community development. Philanthropy remains a common CSR initiative where companies donate time, money, or resources to charitable causes or community projects. For example, a tech startup might organize volunteer mentoring for underserved students, supporting education and skills development in the community. Sustainability initiatives focus on environmentally friendly practices and reducing carbon footprints. A concrete example is a fashion brand adopting sustainable sourcing and production methods to minimize environmental impact, promote eco-conscious consumption, and communicate those efforts transparently to consumers. Ethical supply chains ensure fair labor practices and respectful treatment of workers across sourcing partners. One example is a food company sourcing ingredients from certified fair trade suppliers to support farmers' livelihoods and reduce exploitation in agricultural supply chains. As we move to the summary, remember the main thread of this lecture. Ethics and social responsibility are not optional extras, but central to how entrepreneurs build reputable, resilient, and impactful organizations that serve people and the planet. In summary, ethical entrepreneurship fosters trust, integrity, and sustainability by aligning business practices with moral principles. By embodying honesty, empathy, transparency, and social concern, entrepreneurs inspire positive change, promote fairness, and build strong teams that drive lasting success with purpose. Thank you for your attention. This concludes our lecture on entrepreneurship ethics and social responsibility, and I invite you to reflect on how these concepts apply to your own ventures and to bring any questions or examples to our next discussion.